Hello, what I'm about to tell you today is a game changer for teachers, parents and students studying GCSE English, in this case the AQA board. It's about the way we can use artificial intelligence to support students' learning, especially those students who cannot afford the extra tuition that I offer sometimes privately to students all across the UK and beyond. So I have developed something that is going to help those students, and it is based ethically on artificial intelligence. And when I say ethically, the student still does the work that a student does at school by writing answers to questions in the AQA language papers 1 and 2, but they can get help in the marking and the feedback of their work and how to improve by using AI. So there are 3 stages to a point. So a student will probably do a piece of work and then it would normally be submitted to a teacher, the teacher marks it, etc. So what I'm going to do just quickly is share up an example of a student's work. Okay, so this is a typical question that can be used in an AQA language paper 1, and it is with the actual source about the teacher. And then you've got the question here: how does the writer use language here to convey Mr. Fisher's views on books and stories of the past? And then down below here, you've got the student's attempt at answering the question here. So what has to happen at this point is we're going to merge a lot of information together. So I'm going to stop sharing this at the moment and show you another Word document which has AI prompts on them that we're going to merge into the AI intelligence at some point to give us feedback and an answer. So I'll stop sharing here and then I will move on to, let's just get this out. Right, let's just do this. Okay, so I've basically stopped sharing that now, and that is now off the screen. So we've seen that there's a student who's done a piece of work and it's based on question 2. So what I need to do now is to reshare the screen and show all the prompts that I've developed for all the questions 2 to 5 in papers 1 and papers 2. I haven't done question 1, which are basically multi-choice questions. On paper 1, you get listing 4 things. On paper 2, it's about picking a statement. So not going to do that, but just prompts for questions 2 to 5, which are the more standard questions that come up. So let's just go into this again. And if I share the screen this time, I want to share the prompt. So this time, when I'm looking, we are looking now at the AQA Mark Scheme Criteria answer templates. And if you notice here, we're looking at the question 2 prompt that I would input in with the information that the student has written in their answer here. So I would input this into the AI chat that I will show you in a minute. And then you will add in, we will then add in the answer and put it all into chat, and then we'll show AI working online. So I will then, so what I will do now is literally copy that there. Now I'm going to stop sharing again. And I'm sorry about this, but it has to be done. And if I stop the sharing now, I can come back in to here. You're seeing me. So I've copied that information there. And then what I would then do is go into the AI that is used to help create the answers. So here I am now opening up the screen. So you are now looking at the screen. So what I did before, if you noticed, I had copied the prompt. So now I'm going to do it again. It is now going to go in here. So I have now put in the prompt into ChatGPT. So you can see, please mark year 9, year 10 or year 11 students. So let's just take a scenario here and imagine we're going to call it a year 10 student here. John, we'll call it the student John, and put that in there. So it's a bit of work we have to do on this, but it's all worth it. So please mark year 10 student John's question to answer, blah, 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 all the way through. And then you can change feedbacks in ways so you look at the prompt again, because obviously you have to accommodate the gender, can improve his, her work. Let's say his work, his response by using rewrites where necessary. I could add in more things if I wanted after this. So that is the prompt I'm going to do. So before we go any further, I've got to stop sharing again, and let's go back in here. So I've now put the first part of the prompt. Now what I need to do is go back to what I did before and share the screen of the actual question that's being done and see what that does. And I need to again copy and paste that all together and the answer of the student with the question. So I'm just going to go into this again now. So let's have a look at this, and we'll share the screen here. So the student had written this. So now I would put in the question here. I would take all of that, right? And now I'm going to save that. And again, I will come out. And again, I now have come out. So now the final moment is when we put this all into the chat on the AI and to see what happens next. So let's get that up again. And it will come up, and eventually we will get there. So we've gone here. And so now I'm sharing the screen now. And if you notice, what I'll do is I'll go to there and I will push that bar right up there. And now I will put in all the answer, the question and the answer. It's all there. If you notice, that's everything that's been put in. And now all I do is click on there. And here we go. The chat will now start analyzing what's been done and producing an answer. It's doing it as we speak. And this is what the Mark scheme looks for. Stage 2 strengths in, and it goes through and it gives amazing feedback on this particular model answer. And you get everything on it. Yeah. So lots of information here and giving a mark. And this particular student would have got that, but then has all this feedback. So this is an absolute groundbreaking tool that can be used by teachers, parents, and students. And if you notice, the student still has to put the work into the answers, but the feedback is coming back personally to the student. Now, this is something that will help students who don't have the capacity to employ a tutor. And again, if they work hard at school and they listen to what their teacher's doing, this can complement their support system by doing things themselves and self-learning and then getting feedback, and not always having to ask the teacher to mark their work. Because obviously when teachers are teaching, they have got a class of over 30 students and they can't deal with individuals at the time. So I hope this helps. If you find this interesting, please like what I do. Subscribe to my channel for more tips and approaches, and you will find a link on this particular video of how to purchase this prompt guide, which can be purchased in my shop. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video.